Hello, and welcome to your 8-minute morning stretch. Today, we will be practicing a full body yoga flow. All levels are welcome and no props are needed. We're going to get started in a comfortable seated position. I want you to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Sit up nice and tall. Lots of energy from your sits bones up through your crown. We're going to take a few breaths here. You can slowly open your eyes. I want you to tuck your chin toward your chest. We're going to stretch out the cervical spine area of our neck. Come back up to center. I want you to rest your head right between your shoulder blades, stretching out the front of our neck. And back to center. Going to take your head over to the right side. Go ahead and extend that left arm if that feels good to you. Get in a deeper stretch in your neck. Back to center. We'll take your head over to the left side. And again, extending that right arm if that feels good to you. And back to center. I'm going to do some spinal rotations. I want you to exhale as you come forward. Inhale on your way back. This is a simple but dynamic movement. We're releasing all that stagnant energy that no longer serves us. You can rotate your circle. And come back to center. Let's go ahead and meet in tabletop. I want you to focus on your alignment here, making sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. I'm going to do a few cat-cows here. Inhale, I want you to arch your back. Exhale, we're going to round our spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Should come back to a neutral spine. We're going to bring our knees as wide as the mat, big toes together to touch. We're going to sink those hips back and come into a wide leg child's pose. I want you to notice your breath here. Let's make our way back up to tabletop. I'm going to straighten one leg and then the other. Shift those hips over to the left. If you need to kickstand your knee as a modification, go ahead and lower your leg down. If that feels good to you, you can go ahead and straighten both legs. We'll come back up to center. And again, if you need to drop that right knee, we'll come back to center. You can lower your knees down to the mat. Send those hips back, coming into a child's pose here. We'll make our way up to downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out if that feels good to you. Looking forward, I want you to step that left foot right between your hands. Go ahead and lower that right knee, untuck your toes. You can rest your hands on your knee, or you can bring both arms up overhead, coming into our low crescent lunge. exhale our hands back down. Let's straighten that right leg. We're going to plant our right hand down, extend that left arm up. We'll exhale our hand back down. Step that back leg to meet our front. We'll switch our legs out here, lowering that left knee down to the mat, untucking your toes. You can place your hands on your knees or send both arms up overhead and exhale back down. Straightening that back leg. We're going to extend that right arm up. Exhale your hand back down. Step that front leg back, come into a high plank. We're going to lower down to our belly. We're going to come into crocodile pose. I want you to cross one arm over the other, resting your forehead on your arms. This is a complete relaxation pose. I want you to slowly come up on your elbows. Coming into Sphinx pose, I want you to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears, pressing your hands in the tops of your feet into the mat. Slight back bend here. Slowly push ourselves up to seated. I want you to extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your foot here, your hands by your hip. We're relaxing our shoulders down and away from our ears. We're going to bring our right foot into our left thigh. Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. You can place your hands around your calf, your ankle, or the bottom of your foot, whatever feels good to you here. Slowly come up. We're going to cross that right leg over the left. You can stay there or bend that left leg, hugging your knee into your chest. We'll inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Slowly come back up, crossing that left leg over the right, bending that right leg if that feels good to you, and we're twisting to the left. And come back to center. We are going to come into our reverse tabletop. You can lift the hips off the mat and lower those hips back down. Slowly roll back to our backs. Let's go ahead and cross that right leg over the left, putting a little pressure on your inner thigh here. And back down. We'll take that left leg, place it over your right thigh. And lower back down. We're going to come into bridge pose. So I want you to lift those hips off the mat. You can interlace your hands behind your back if that feels good. You can lower your hips back down. Roll over to our side, whatever side feels good to you. We'll come back to seated. Bring your hands to your heart center. I want to thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I want you to thank yourselves for focusing on your own self-care. The light in me sees and respects the light in you. Namaste.